Today, I'm going to be styling 3 different romantic table settings for 2 that you can recreate at home. I'm Nicole with Adorn the Table. Valentine's Day is less than 2 weeks away, and I bet you're looking for some inspiration to create a romantic table at home for you and that special someone. Well, I've got 3 different ideas. The first one has a really elegant traditional look to it. The second idea has a more feminine take on a romantic table. And the third one, definitely a more modern vibe to it. And the one thing with all 3 of these romantic table settings is they're going to be fabulous for Valentine's Day, but they're not going to have hearts or Valentine's Day themed decor, which is why they're also going to be great to use for any kind of romantic table setting that you want to create. Because you can use these as a base. You can then add and embellish them a little bit further if you want, and if not, they're going to be gorgeous as a romantic table setting. The first idea I have is going to be using this beautiful white on white tablecloth. Now, at the end of the video, please let me know which one's your favorite. I always love to hear from you. For now though, let's go. I'm using these gold charger plates. I'm pretty sure I found them at Dollar Tree. Nothing fancy, but honestly, chargers are one of my favorite tricks when I want a table to feel more elevated without doing anything complicated. Because you can use your everyday dishes. Once you put a charger plate underneath, it immediately elevates the look and feel. For the dinner plate, I'm adding this shiny gold salad plate. These were such a great thrift find. Then I'm using my gold flower. You can see how the gold and white together immediately creates this really elegant pulled together look. There's nothing themed happening here, but it still feels romantic and special. Since I want this to feel traditionally romantic, I'm using these gorgeous fancy glasses. I found them at an estate sale for I think $1 or $2 each. I absolutely love the shine that they're bringing to this table. I opted to use the water glass, a wine glass, and the champagne coupe to really make it feel romantic. To finish the place settings, I'm using shiny gold napkin rings and folding the napkins so the beautiful detail that's in the corner is showcased. And there's Pippa. She's been supervising this whole time. If you want to give her some love, just click the thumbs up button. To finish this romantic table, I'm adding my cordless lamp. If you've watched my other videos, you know how much I love these lamps. They add the prettiest glow, especially when the lights are low, and they're perfect if you don't love having candles on your table. I'll make sure I add links to this and everything else I'm using down below. Okay, so the second table is definitely a little softer, a little more feminine. I'm using this square pink tablecloth and I'm just putting it on the diagonal because it's honestly too small to fit any other way. And yes, for anyone who is quietly screaming that it needs to be ironed, you're right. If this was a table I was actually sitting down at, I would 100% iron it first. I added these brushed deep red chargers next. I just found them at Sur La Table. They were on clearance. A pack of 4 for just $1.99. I truly could not believe it. I felt like I was practically stealing them. Then I'm using my pink dinner plates and topping them with these vintage salad plates. These were another estate sale find, and they just felt perfect for this table setting. Because I wanted this one to feel a little softer, I pulled out my pink goblets and these deep raspberry colored glasses. I feel like the combination plays really nicely with the colors in the plate stack. Then to bring a little bit of romance, I'm adding light pink taper candles and a bouquet of flowers. I like keeping the colors tied in so nothing feels too loud. And then to finish the place settings, the tablecloth has matching napkins, so I just did a real simple fold and placed them next to the forks. Nothing fancy, super easy, but it still has that romantic vibe. At their table, I'm swapping out the pink tablecloth for this red scarf. You've probably seen me use it before, but I don't think I've ever mentioned that it was my Nana's. She passed over 15 years ago, so it's always really nice to be able to use something of hers and bring up those fond memories. So once again, I'm starting with charger plates. I found these at an estate sale, and you notice I reach for chargers all the time. I've heard that people think that charger plates are something only rich people use, which if they only knew how cheap they actually are, I mean, for just a few bucks, they immediately make a table feel more elevated and put together. Now for the plate stack, I'm using red salad plates to tie in with the scarf color. It makes the table feel a little more cohesive. For this table, I wanted a more modern vibe, so I'm using my short-stemmed wine glasses and my bodega glasses. I absolutely love the clean lines of this glassware. Now in the middle of the table, I'm adding a bowl of strawberries and these fabulous silver candlestick holders, which I'm placing tall red candles. Don't you think there's something about long taper candles that feels so romantic? I also wanted to add a little bud vase, which ended up moving around a few times until I found the spot that felt just right. To finish off this romantic table, I'm using my DIY French napkins. Since the scarf has fringe too, I love how it echoes that texture across the table. I tied a little red velvet ribbon around the napkin, and honestly, it just makes it feel fancy without trying too hard. Tell me, which of my 3 table settings was your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below because I always love to hear from you. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I look forward to seeing you next time here at the table. Bye.